We are the tech shamans. We understand, cause we are the tech shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's Monday morning. It's time for the Tech Shamans.
Is it shamans or shamans?
Shamans.
Shamans. Okay.
If you say shamans, you have to leave the studio. Just saying.
Is that a promise?
I got more Indian in me than you do. Trust me.
I guarantee it.
Anyway. Oh, we got to look at our boxes now. He's got us double boxed. Okay, so anyway. It's like poking an eye.
I can poke myself in the eye. Look, I'm like right here.
Actually got a busy day today.
Yeah, very much so.
There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of, and we're gonna jump all over the place.
How is that any different than?
I know.
Well, I mean, compared to last week, having two topics is jumping all over the place.
Last week was awesome.
Last week was excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it,
go
back and watch it.
I like the wide shot, or at least the medium shot. There you go. That's better. But that was a great show.
I learned a lot. I've been able to, apply it in so many areas already. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Exactly.
To know that stuff.
So
it was a complete program on the ADA Act and how it affects websites, but also how it affects small businesses.
Your camera's over
My
there.
camera's over there. I know, but it just moves.
You're not
it changes. I'm
It's
sorry.
kind of driving me a little bit crazy.
Oh, good. Don't have a
short trip.
long journey there.
I know.
But no, that was quite the episode, and if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It is truly educational. You learn a lot about how not just technology, but about how the law works in relation to the technology. And so, so that's that.
Well, it's I've actually sent that to several people. Mm-hmm. It still come down to the point that if they come after you, unless you're willing to shut your site down, you're still going to wind up paying something to somebody.
Yeah, you're either going to pay this attorney or that attorney. That's all it is. Yeah,
which to me is crap, but that's just me.
That's how they.
But I am.
But we're back on this topic today.
I am going to reach out to our representative and say, hey, we need to have something done about this.
Injunctive relief.
Yep.
Against
exactly.
the injunctive relief. That's what we need.
So we're gonna talk about something. Now I know this is, you think it's not tech, believe it or not, it is tech. It's really tech. So did you watch any baseball this weekend?
Baseball. Is that the orange one with the black lines?
No, it's the white. It's the little white one with the red lines.
Little white one with the red line. No, I definitely did not see any of those this weekend.
I am doing my best not to, because I just disagree with their whole political side. So you're paid to play baseball. You just go out there, be a monkey, chase the white ball, throw it around, make it knock it over the wall, whatever. But MLB is actually so I watched a couple with nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
It's got to look like a fake game. Like some kind of warm-up game.
It almost looks as if they're practicing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's not a real game.
It's like a warm-up.
But it's a real game, right? So a couple of stadiums that started pumping in. Now, I don't know if it's in the stadium or if it's just coming in over the airwaves so we can hear it and they can't hear it. So I don't know that part. But to me, I think I would be doing it on the inside, just saying.
Oh yeah.
But it's weird, right? Super weird. Mm-hmm. So MLB, because we have the technology called the Unreal Engine, and the Unreal Engine allows you to do the stuff that's just absolutely amazing in our world. I mean, it's for the video guys, it's just it's monstrous, right? So now they can put fake people in the stands. And if Rob will show that picture, I am actually going
In
to scroll
addition to
down.
the fake people that were already in the stands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now I'm going to show you. They've got a video here, right? And I'm just going to show you. So this is typical. Blah blah blah. It's going to find. So they literally can put people, and they can change their clothes. They can put whatever they want to. They can make them boo. They can make them clap. They can.
They can do the wave.
It's kind of like, okay, well, hey, look.
Yeah. I mean, where I feel like it's going to fall apart is when somebody, home runs into the stands or foul balls into the stands, and everybody just stands
it goes
there
right
and does
to the
nothing,
person?
and it goes through the person's head, and they don't fall down. I mean,
they're doing the wave and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's nice for atmosphere.
Right.
To, as they say, they're not trying to fool anybody. They're just trying to give the game a sense of normalcy. So that it's like it's not jarring when you watch it, which it really is when the stands are empty.
Rob's showing us the cardboard cutouts. To me, I just think that's funny as hell.
And I think interspersing those is probably kind of cool. You can still be in at your game. I guess you pay and
the goal
make
is put a hole in each one of the fans.
Oh, there you go. Now it's a knockdown. like arcade sport. I like that.
See, now you bring the nerd into it, right?
There you go.
Bring the nerdy earls into it. So if you hit it, you get if your picture gets hit, you win.
You get the ball,
a prize or whatever.
So if you're knocked down, you get the ball. You get. Yeah, you get free tickets to the game you can't attend. I guess I shouldn't
really be so angry with them, but I am angry. It's just
I understand,
and I'm not angry. But I don't care. But I think the one thing that the COVID is going to do is going to shorten up the seasons, which personally I think they should have been shortened up a long time ago anyway. So
you can play a lot more games when you don't have.
There's always bowling on TV. Watch bowling or darts. Darts is freaking awesome.
That bowling thing, I had actually forgotten about it until you mentioned it. And I mean, it's like, when the cartoons ended on Saturday, bowling started.
Yeah.
And it was just like, really? That's my option? I mean, even Fat Albert's over, and this is what I got.
Love Fat Albert.
That was, that
I
was
learned
like
stuff with Fat Albert.
Fat Albert was the last cartoon of the day. It was on at like 12 or 12:30 or something, and then it was all over.
So growing up as a kid, and my dad was a minister, so he was, and he was a minister and a printer. He, he was working in both worlds. We were taught tolerance, but because I watched stuff like Fat Albert, and that taught me tolerance. Yeah. I learned that y'all got to get along. No matter don't cover your skin. It's just get along, right?
Yep.
So, and I grew up in deep South. Even though my dad moved, again we were military kids. It was we never left the South. It was either Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, Louisiana. It still taught us tolerance. But anyway, so that's not what we're here for. So the next thing we're going to jump into is, this is kind of interesting to me.
It taught me to have fun in a junkyard, but whatever.
Well, yeah, because I mean, how cool
all that stuff around there, and I'm like, guys, why aren't you building anything?
Oh yeah, I got to play. My uncle owned one of the largest junkyards in Alabama.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
so whenever we got to go down there for the summertime, it was like pulling parts.
I remember going to the town landfill, the dump as it was called.
Right.
And, being able to climb over all the crap that was there and see if there's anything we wanted.
We used to call those flea markets.
Yeah. Actually, they were more like fly markets. Yeah, because of all the garbage.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, it was good. So, okay. Have you heard about this, the Vergecast? It's the Big Tech Antitrust Hearing Preview and Xbox Game Showcase Breakdown. So, in other words, these guys are going on to Capitol Hill, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking about... this, what's relevant, signaling big move to regulate Silicon Valley, which I kind of feel, I cannot believe that the government is going to stick their nose into trying. Well, see, I think behind the curtain, they're already there.
Well,
the big government's always been in there, but now I think it's coming out to look like, okay, we're coming in there and we're going to talk to you guys. I mean, they're talking to Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, Mark Zuckerberg,
all of whom have stuck their businesses' noses into politics. So how long did they think it would be before politics stuck its nose in theirs?
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yep.
If they had remained apolitical, probably nothing would have
been
happened.
just fine.
But they chose sides and they pushed agendas, and bam, this is what you get. Now you're going to have whoever's got the gavel coming after them for not being fair, and that's that. So,
and it's a big antitrust thing, is what it is.
no, sure. I mean, these people have huge monopolies over so many areas of the business. I mean, try and start a social media platform right now. Okay, it's almost impossible because Facebook is just going to buy you. They just buy everything. Okay. But
I'm okay
that's
with
not
that.
the point. But that means that everything then follows Facebook protocols and Facebook rules and Facebook guidelines and Facebook agenda.
Wait. You're telling me that Facebook TV could buy WeBeam TV and they could run it the way they want to?
They would only run it the way they want to.
If they give me a couple $1 million, I don't care.
And that's the problem. We got way too many people who develop alternatives that could grow and give a different, perspective, a different view, a different concept, and new innovation, and they get snuffed out by a couple $1 million, and then it just becomes more of the same juggernaut.
Goal. That's the goal of your business, though.
The goal of your business.
Get bought.
No.
And get that www money. Remember back in the day?
I know,
Come on, me and you were both done. We all wanted to be that next web millionaire.
Yeah. And you look at so many things that started as startups and they're gone because they were competitive. That's the problem, is they buy out competitors. And then there's no competition, there's no innovation.
They don't sell.
Well, that sounds great. Then they put you out of business. That's what happened with diapers.com.
That's what I'm saying.
Diapers.com got put out of business because they wouldn't sell.
They got bought.
Yeah, eventually at pennies on the dollar.
Well, they should have sold out sooner.
Okay, they should. There you have it. They
You're
got
gonna
put
sell
out of business.
Sell out at the top of your game, baby. Get the most money as you can.
Well, they didn't want to sell out. They wanted to continue and compete, and they weren't allowed to.
But so The Verge is going to they're going to sit down. I mean, we get a lot of our stuff from The Verge. That CNET, and there's a couple others, but they're going to sit down and break it down, which I'm glad, because to me, that's just kind of eh. Now, you want to talk about something that's cool?
Really cool.
Really cool?
Cool.
Sony is going to have a wearable air conditioner, and it's pretty cool.
And it looks like a mouse for my,
It does,
Mac.
doesn't it, though?
It really does. It looks like a Mac mouse with a vent. So where are you supposed to put this thing?
That's my question. Is
Comes with a pocket in the back of your shirt.
Oh,
it goes in back behind your neck.
So if you keep
drop
your
it
neck,
down there.
that is true. If you keep your neck cool,
yeah,
then you're going to be okay.
Yeah, the rest of you will be good.
That's like Bunny Trail. Do you remember during the marathons, we used to watch marathons all the time, these people would come by and people would pour cold water on them thinking that's going to help them? That is the absolute worst thing you could do to a runner.
Okay.
Because their head, first of all, when you get hot, I was a runner, so I was a sprinter. I wasn't a long distance guy. More than a mile, I'd throw up on you. But even though we kept running fast, would run fast heats.
Yeah.
Your body, your temperature gets hot, right? You swell. Your head swells. Everything swells.
Yeah.
And the minute you throw cold water on there, what happens is your brain, your skull does this. And guess what didn't squeeze down?
Your
brain. Your brain. You can kill somebody. If they're hot enough and that water's cold enough, you can literally kill them by throwing cold water on them. That's why they stopped them during the New York Marathon, the Boston Marathon, because there used to be those water stations where people would run by and they dump water on them. No, you can't do that anymore.
Didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is biotechnology we're talking about.
Have you ever seen during a football game where it's not freezing cold outside, and then they go over and they dump the ice cold water on the coaches, and the coaches literally sit there and do this? It's not because they go like this. It's because they weren't acclimated,
right?
And it hits them, but they're not hot enough for it to hurt them,
right?
But it's enough to make them go, holy crap!
Yeah.
So, but if you keep cool here on the back of your neck,
stay there. It's not just like you add it later.
Exactly.
No, and I mean, think about it. For being here in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, with all we deal with, 110 degree feels like,
right.
It's 94 degrees out. I was out working, beside my house yesterday and taking frequent breaks just to walk back inside. It would have been great to have something like this running down the back of my shirt.
Yep.
And that is neat.
80 grams, all it weighs.
Yeah, that ain't much.
That's
That's
nothing.
80 paper. That's a box of paper clips.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it reduce your body temperature by 13 degrees Celsius, so that's
That is really extraordinary.
20 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that.
Yeah. No, and how much is that? Did they come up with the price on that one yet?
Yeah, $122.
$120.
But that's 13,000 yen.
Yep.
So
And
it's going to be
It's only available in Japan right
for
now.
now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yep.
For now.
But no, that sounds phenomenal. And of course, you can set it at a lower rate, and so the battery will last longer too.
Right.
That's neat. It's got its own iPhone app built in.
I want to be cool
So,
now.
yeah.
I'm an American. I want it right now.
Yeah, I want it right now, and I want it like turned down all the way.
That's right, man. I want it 60 degrees.
Moderation's never good enough.
That's fun.
Okay.
I just figured, that's
Yeah, no,
something
that's
kinda cool.
that's a very cool piece.
So,
I like
have you
that.
ever heard of Vox Media? Mm-hmm. So, Vox Media is, here we go. They're
own a
an
few
independent
things.
modern media company. Vox Media is dedicated to getting the future right. So, this is all the people that deal with them, blah, blah, blah. But they're hiring.
Okay.
They're looking for, and they're big streaming wise. So, but
Yep.
they're looking. I got where to go. Right? Oh shoot! I got
We
rid
lost
of
our
it.
next topic.
Damn it!
Oh, we'll have to like.
They're
break the
hiring
commercial.
anyway. If you're looking for a job and you're in this production world, yeah, Vox is hiring. So
That's good. Glad somebody is, and of course, it's the kind of work you can do remotely because I'm sure it's being done just about everywhere.
yeah, the whole
Yep.
remote thing. I'm
You
over.
create, tap into our deep editorial expertise, and along with our nonfiction brand, John moves the screen, and I can't finish the
Sorry,
paragraph.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's okay.
find
Thought we were
careers.
friends.
Oh,
There we go. Career openings. There we go.
There it is. I mean, look at the. Is it New York?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's remote. New York, DC, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a northeastern company.
Well, yeah, they're out of New York,
So if you don't mind moving,
but they've got
they're looking for an audio
Freelance.
producer.
yeah. Well, I mean, look at all the freelance stuff they got around the world.
Holy crap.
Okay, you can do it from anywhere.
Yep.
Site reliability engineers. Okay, yeah, there's some good stuff there, and it's a good company, and they got benefits, and it's a real company.
Yeah, they are.
And so, yeah, they're huge. And seeing a media company actually hiring right now is pretty good, considering if you look at a lot of their brands,
Right.
they are old publications
Yeah.
that are transitioning into the new world, and that's
Yeah,
what they're working
it's-
on.
But
Yep.
at least they're they're trying to get their shit together basically and
Yeah.
become a thing again.
Yep.
They were at one point in time and they kind of got lost in the fray.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what kind of TV do you get home?
I don't have a TV.
At all? Even
I
stream
have
to?
we have a home theater, and
Yeah, I
so
know.
I've
Well,
got
it's
the
a
big
projector,
projector.
yeah.
So that's what I have.
I got 5 projectors back there that we don't ever use. It's just
I've got
sad,
one that I
isn't it?
do. Yeah.
Maybe I should just start putting them,
Like
hanging them
120
everywhere, and have
inch.
them
Yeah.
run something.
Yeah, I got like a 120-inch projection system.
Yeah. So
But
okay,
this
so,
looks like they would do it without a projector.
well, okay. So the LG is
Wow.
doubling down on its OLED TVs, which
Mm-hmm.
those are the ones that don't weigh anything. I mean, literally don't weigh, and
Yeah.
they bend, they curve.
Yep.
They're a little more flexible.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean, you know what this reminds me of is the new way that they've been shooting The Mandalorian with the huge LED screens. They aren't using green screens for that.
No.
They are using gigantic OLED screens
well,
that are
you don't-
so that you've got the actual background
Right.
that they're standing in front of, and they can see it, and they're interacting with it, and it's there.
Yep.
And it's such a different perspective. I mean, obviously, you don't get any little green screen blur. You don't have the issue with it's like it's all there. You don't have any special effects issues because they've turned these backgrounds into a practical effect
right.
rather than a special effect that's added in later.
Well, I mean, we met with the guys over in Orlando that actually have this where you can walk in there and be a part of the back. So the background will move with you.
Yeah.
So depending
Yep.
on the perspective of the
Yep.
camera, so it's all built into the camera. It's all built into the software. So if you turn and go this way, the background will actually shift.
Yeah, we'll pan with you.
They look just like it's
And that's just it. I mean, if the camera moves at all, then the background has to move with it, or else it becomes very clear it's just a flat effect. Disney was very good at doing this way back in the old days with his multi-layered cameras.
Yep.
You've seen those stacks of glass plates, and each plate had a different layer of the background. And so they would shift each layer independently. They had like rotors and dials that they could turn to move each one in just the right direction, so that the camera perspective looked dynamic.
Okay, so have you been to Universal yet?
Like how many
I know you
times?
guys keep
or
in the last since they've opened.
No, we haven't been anywhere.
Okay, so the Born experience opened.
Really? Okay.
Okay, so
Is it called Born Again? I'm just curious.
Nope.
No, okay, just checking.
It's Born. I think it's called the Born experience.
That's probably
I'm going to
it.
text because I'll tell you right now, it was probably one of the. I can't spell.
It's okay. It was right there. All you do is hit enter.
Born experience. Born Stuntacular, right? So you see those? Maybe hold on a second. I'll go full screen, Rob. Okay, so you get all this stuff and blah blah blah. This was, I guess, on NBC.
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing right here looks so real. Like that guy. That's a screen.
Yeah.
And those and those are. They're on trick wires and fly wires, but that background is a TV.
Right.
And you get to the guys are running on treadmills, which you can kind of see back in the background. Mm-hmm. And absolutely mind blowing the way they did this. You would never know if you, other than the fact that we're in the COVID world. They have that's good. That's good, Rob. They got. Like that is a so what they do is they mix a practical set with a screen, and the practical set moves along that he can jump on, but yet it looks like as if you're watching a camera.
But then you got a full background, and I mean, if you've been to the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. Okay, they play a lot with that, but that is 100% practical.
Yeah.
But in this case, now they're using these giant screens as backgrounds, so that eventually, prediction time. Yep. We need like a Chiron prediction time. That this is going to be people aren't going to go on vacations anymore. They're going to go to rooms. And they're going to go to large rooms and warehouses, and they're going to be putting on AR, goggles, and that will be their vacation.
Well, my kids do that now.
I know, and I'm still waiting for the Vibe. No, what's it called? The Vibe? In Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Okay, to reopen. I was supposed to be doing that for my birthday, and of course that got shut down. But we're waiting to do the Star Wars experience there.
Right.
Now, I have the AR, lightsaber Jedi challenges.
Really?
Those are amazing.
See, my son's got the big Oculus system that goes in his room.
Yeah.
Which is just totally badass.
Yeah. Now, I've
the
got the AR system.
Because if you trip over everything.
Yeah, well, that's his problem. But the nice thing about the AR system is, anywhere you got a big enough room, you can just walk in and use it.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal what you can do with this stuff. And because it's AR, you don't actually trip over things because you can still see the world.
Right.
Even though it superimposes things like droid cars coming after you, and it's really cool. I love the way the special effects. But going back to this is where we're going to be. I mean, they're blending the real world with an artificial world in a way that's going to work like Soma. And people won't care that they can't actually do things for real for themselves because they can do them here, and it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't cost, and it's done.
So remember
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Remember about a year ago, all of a sudden everybody wanted, don't show this picture yet. Everybody was showing about their foldable phones and bendable phones and stuff like that.
Yep.
So they figured out this. They can't freaking do it without that freaking screen breaking. But people are like, we really like the idea of a foldable phone. So Microsoft Surface Duo looks like it's ready to launch. It's just got a hinge.
It's two phones. Two
hinged
phones
together.
in one. Yeah,
it's like,
come on, they're already super thin, so just fold them on each other. Woohoo! It's a micro laptop. And still doesn't have a keyboard, though.
No. Well, you can probably get a Bluetooth keyboard.
Well,
like this keyboard
but
right
I'm
here
just like, look, it already folds.
Not that
you
I
know
want
what I
to carry
mean?
that around.
But there's no but the other side is not a keyboard; it's another screen.
But it's like people they just won't let this go.
Nope. People
To me,
seem
it's
to be
dumb.
Yeah, why do you need two
Something-
screens?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
you don't.
but then again, there I sit, and every computer I have has multiple screens,
But
so that I
that's
can
different,
move
sitting
between
down and
them.
working right.
Yeah,
But when you're mobile,
and,
that's not what it's for.
yeah, I'm not sure. So that you can see who's talking on one, and you can see what you look like on the other to make sure.
Yeah, I
get the
but
hair
it's-
right.
it's-
You know, I don't get it. But okay, maybe I'm just not hip and cool. But if that's what it's going to take, then just get a phone case and get two phones.
That's right. Get two phones, open it up. They should, Bluetooth talk to each other.
Yeah, just
blah,
make them
blah,
Bluetooth
blah,
to each other.
deal.
You're done.
I know, but
make
that's
it an
one of those
app
things
and
that
you're
we're-
done. Okay,
right.
and then you can use two iPhones. Yeah, sure. it's
So
gonna
we're
cost
going
you
to take a
11,000,
break
you
for
know.
my stuff, and we're going to talk about what you want to talk about because
What was that? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
So here we are. Leave that off for a minute. Okay.
Yeah, he's not going.
Here's where we're at from the marketing world.
Don't go there yet, Rob.
Don't you go there, Rob.
He will.
There is there's a wonderful new way of thinking that is evolving right now and finding its way out and about into the world, and those who are embracing it are really winning. We remember hearing, back 20, 30 years ago, 10 years ago for some people, that the 20% of your customers make up 80% of your income. And it's true in almost all sectors. The 80-20 rule applies there very well. But the fact of the matter is, how do you find that 20? And so what you do is you figure out who they are and you go after But the thought has always been, and the phrase has always been, when it comes to marketing, funnels. Building funnels. You need a sales funnel. You need to go out there and you find people and you funnel them in, and then when they all get down to the selling point, then those who are going to sell, buy are going to buy, and those who aren't, and da. And so the goal of it was always to push people into buying your product. And that is now changing because it's no longer this act of desperation. Oh my God, can I get anybody to look so that if I get somebody, I don't want to waste them. I want to shove them into the system and hope to God they buy something. And I'll give them a 30-day money-back guarantee if that makes them buy. But please, by God, buy. And now, though, the mentality is shifting from a sales funnel to a sales filter. And the filter concept says, okay, there's millions of people out there. We have access to 200 million people in this country alone right now that we can get onto and talk to and market to. So the object is to turn it around and say, no, I actually want to start excluding people from this 200 million because I only want my absolutely best possible customers to come to me and to say, no, you're exactly the person I'm looking to do business with. Because then the headaches are gone. Because, it's the other 80% that are all your headaches in your business because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Why? And how did they get there? You funneled them in. You shoved them into a little funnel and you push them into buying your product. And they end up being your headaches. They end up being your problem children that take up way too much of your time.
Yep.
But if you had filtered it instead of funneled it, and you'd said, you know what? I know what's wrong with you, and I know that we're not going to be a good fit. So off you go. Here's a resource for something that might be good for you, but it ain't me. Here's a referral to something else that ain't me, because you're going to waste my time. So this is where technology can come into play, because with the sites we're now building for people, we are using quizzes and tests as ways of filtering people by getting their answers. And now, Rob, you can go to the cutaway. This is an example of a very simple quiz that if you scroll down the page, you give your name, you give your email address, and then you just have them answer basic questions. You can put in anything you want. But the point is, with this particular plugin, and there are several, and we've got ones that are much more complex that we can use as well, but with this one here, they can put in things that give you insight into their character, but anything that's multiple choice or checkbox, anything like that, those can all be scored. And then when they get to the end of the test, the score that they give will tell them and you if they're a good fit for your company. to be your customer. And if they are a bad fit, they get one, response screen that says, you know what? Wow, you seem to have a problem with, just building your domain, or buying your domain name. So what we're going to do is, here's where you can go to learn how to do that. Have a nice day. But then you get somebody over here, it's like, oh, well, you really buy a lot of flowers for people over the course of a year, and it sounds like you need to have a corporate account kind of situation. And so if you're a florist, here you are going, oh my God, this is my ideal client. And you're now answering their questions. You've gathered all this information, and they get a message that says, you are just right for our corporate discount. And so here is the 25% off that you will get as a standard discount, off of all of our corporate orders we do and fill. And you're not wasting the coupon on the people who are just going to go in, try it, use it, and become a problem child. This is someone that is exactly your right customer. And so now what you're doing, though, is you're filtering. You're not funneling. And so any ways you can do that with your content marketing, you do that. But this is one of the most direct, hands-on, that allows you to score the customer and then let them know. And some will get special offers. Some may get better offers than others based on their scores. Hopefully they're being honest with you. But the fact of the matter is, if you have something tied in at the end that says not only, you'll get this discount, but think about it. Everybody gets at least a 10%, but then you get somebody in there whose business is so big and, they buy this much a year and this is how they do. They're going to score a bigger discount with you. Okay? And they can get a completely different coupon code.
Well, this could also
when they
keep
come to the
trolls off your website.
It could also keep trolls out, but because they have to go through, they've got to do a CAPTCHA. They know you know who they are. Of course, there's nothing that stops people from lying here. So the point is, you want to push the fact that they're going to get a customized response specifically for their business and their needs, and you're going to automate as much of the 80% of the people as you can so that you don't have to address them, but then you're going to super customize and take the time and the effort to do a personal response on the 20% that are your ideal customers.
Right.
And that's how you're going to build your business in a smart way that allows you, because if you think about it, if 20% of the people are doing 80% of your business, and you can make them into 80% of your people, you've now increased your business by 160%.
Right.
Okay, and that is huge. And that is where you want to be, and you aren't doing any more work than you were before. You're just working with people, and your work becomes much more enjoyable because you're dealing with the people who love to work with you. And aren't those really your best customers, regardless of where you are? Those are where you want to be. I mean, because think about it. You all have your favorite clients. They walk in the door, you're like, yes, this person's going to come in here. They're going to spend money, okay? And they're fun to talk to, and they love what I do, and they give me referrals, and they just... They give me testimonials because they love what we do.
Right.
And so imagine now quadrupling the number of them in your book.
And you get rid of the ones that take advantage of
and then and you're able to automate the responses and work for those.
Yep.
So it's it never touches your desk.
We should have one of these for WeBeam TV so we have these people that want to do shows.
Yeah.
They have to answer these questions. Do you understand this is going to take this much time a week? Do you have the time?
That's one way to do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the test can be as customizable as you want. And I mean, we can move into other stuff, but it's really, really cool how we can do this.
Site.
We could do dating sites, but we're not going to because you can't meet. Video dating. But you know what? Let's merge this. Okay, we set up video dating, and all the people get these absolutely amazingly gorgeous people that just want to relate to them, and they're actually from the baseball, people, and they're not real. And that's it. Nobody knows.
Yeah, we're using Unreal Engine?
Yeah, because we're using Unreal Engine to actually generate our dating people.
You never have to meet.
There you go. And Ready Player One again. Okay.
Or we can just get cardboard cutouts. Hi, I'm Bob.
Okay, I think that would probably get caught on to pretty quickly.
Yeah, probably.
What's next, boss?
All right, so I'm glad we talked about that because I want one for WeBeam TV. Well, okay. So let me go to, you knew who Garmin is, right?
Oh. Yeah, huge company.
Garmin gets hit by a massive outage after a possible ransomware attack.
Yeah, it looks like they got hit for $10 million demand, and they have shut off their external computers so that it, and turned everything off basically so it'll stop spreading.
Right.
And while they try to fight it and find some kind of decryption code, there's also talks that they're going to pay $2 million to get out of there because, although they do have the apps, for health monitoring and all that, and people's apps are down, and it's not monitoring their workout exercises and so on, and that really sucks. The real problem is that they also are the creators of a network that is used by air traffic controllers and pilots who have to log in their course, and theirs is the app that runs those logins, and you can't leave without plugging in your course, and you won't be let off the ground.
About that.
And so, because somebody left a laptop open somewhere and opened up a website that they weren't supposed to, the company is losing millions of dollars to ransom, millions of dollars in business, and airplanes can't take off. And these are people. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not big on, violence, but man, I'll tell you what, these are people that really need to go in a jail, in a cave where there is no wireless signal for like 400 years. I'm sorry. The perpetrators of these crimes are nothing but evil, and there is absolutely no excuse for doing this to someone's, honest to God, normal business. Look, you want to make a political statement because you think such and such a company is evil? Okay, that's a political statement against an evil company as you perceive it. That's like warfare. That's cyber warfare. Okay, that is actually attacking someone for their politics. Doing it for money, this is just criminal evil. And it's wrong what they're doing. But they're doing it, and they're going to get away with it.
Yep.
And I hope they find a way to trace them.
Exactly. So let me ask you a question. How old's your phone?
4 months.
4 months. Mm-hmm. You know people that hold on that are, I literally know a guy right now that still has a flip phone.
Wow. I have several.
Yeah, but
they're in a drawer.
Right.
I'm like, one day this will be useful again.
So T-Mobile will dump soon some phones from its network sooner than AT&T. Now, AT&T is going to do it. So the whole point of this is because of the LT, the VoLTE, they're not going to support some of the older.
We heard about that coming up. Amy, my wife, had an SE, which is basically an upgraded 5.
This is what T-Mobile is sending out.
Yep. Any old 3G phones basically are going to go away. So if you can't run 4G or 5G on your phone, you won't have a phone anymore. That was pretty much how we had it explained to us 3 months ago when we went out and got new phones, because our old phones were just on death's door.
Right.
And Amy had her phone since 2016, I think. And so it was still chugging along 4 years later. But this was a case where her phone, AT&T was gonna kick them out. And so it's like, okay, fine. And I get it. I mean, you can't keep accommodating old technology. If you drive down the road, you have to buy gas additive for your 1971
you don't.
Mustang.
No, what you do is you go buy non-ethanol gas.
Well, if they have it. Okay, some places have it. Most places don't. Mm-hmm. So what do you have? You have lead that you can add to your gas tank so that the engine will still run. And we're kind of getting into that phase with the phones. Yes, it took 50 years with cars, but we're finally there. And so we're kind of seeing this now happening with new technology, that it's like,
and it is
the
about
stuff
time.
is exploding. And I'm sorry. I had somebody argue with me that Moore's law no longer applied because we really aren't doubling every 18 months in our memory capacity. It's like,
what?
Then people need to stop designing around it, and they aren't.
No.
Okay, and that's the fact. People are designing software today that you can't use today because the systems can't handle it today, but it doesn't have a release date for a year.
Right.
And in a year, the computers will be there to handle it.
Right.
Okay, the chips will be there, the phones will be there.
Well, I got computers sitting in the studio, actually at the house too, that they're beautiful, the aluminum Macs, but can't use them because you can't upgrade them.
Nope. You got to replace the guts.
You just got to let them go.
Yep. You got to replace the guts.
What's that song? Let it go, let it go.
Thanks, Elsa.
You're welcome. The cold didn't bother me anyway.
That's because you had, that.
I have the cold
Yeah,
thing back
there
here
you
in the back.
go, there you
I'm
go.
cold. I'm cool,
We
man.
need to get some of those, so that we can, do a review of them.
Well, the thing of it is I do want to. I was going to try to just go ahead and order them, but
They're only
I
available
can't-
in Japan.
I can't read Japanese.
The
The app that runs it is only in Japanese. So until they convert that to English, you can't have it here.
That's funny. That it won't even Google.
I know.
Translate.
How Roshi am I? I'm not very Roshi if I can't read Japanese and Chinese.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm slacking.
Yeah.
I'm the American.
Slacker.
I'm American Roshi.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, not bothering to learn Japanese. How perfect.
Well, it's hard.
Yep.
It's a hard language.
Wow.
All right, so I really wanted Adam here today. Adam is up in North Carolina
Doing installation.
doing installation. So Intel's next gen 7 nanometer chip, they're delayed until 2022.
Yep. Parts ain't parts.
Now, so my question is, are they not in a hurry to push this because they've lost the world of Mac? Because Apple's going to their own chipset
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So there's
I was
really
wondering how related this
not
was.
a big push to have the wonderful Macs run on, because Mac was, they're eating them up.
Yep.
We'll take all you can give us, but
right.
it's not as much anymore.
No.
I can't blame it all on
And
Mac.
no, you
Not
can't.
All of them, you can't. Apple's not all Apple's fault, but
Well, it's not really fault. It's a question of, so what is holding it up? Okay, and is it supply lines? Is it just the fact that they don't anticipate as much demand because of Mac pulling out and
Well, yeah, but
but Macs only make up like 15-20%
right
of the computers out there.
And they saw a 7% improvement year over year because of the want for laptops.
Laptops and everything, and desktops and everything else that had to run on a big chip. They did exceptionally well. People pulled away from mobile devices, and that was a big boom for them.
And they're trying to get down, from understanding in the article, they're trying to get down to 7 nanometer chips.
Yeah, and I mean that's just insanely tiny. When you look at the power, it's mind-boggling when you think, back in the day when I first started with computers, we were like incredibly proud of the new VAX 11780 that we got in, which was the size of this room. And
I actually remember that. That thing was huge. It was like bigger than the Whopper.
yeah,
Remember the Whopper?
I remember 2LB patty special. No, wait,
No,
that's
the
Big Mac.
Whopper. That was the one. It was in the what was the name of that mountain?
Oh yeah,
Let's
where
play a
NORAD
game.
is. Yeah, it's interesting because at the time I was at the University of New Hampshire, and the whole New Hampshire network system was all run on digital equipment, DEC, DEC, and so the VAX 11780 was a DEC, and it was just light years ahead of what we were using before that, and that, of course, that was back when playing Adventure was the only game on the computer where you could do 2 5-word commands like walk north. You could, bend down, and that's how you pick up,
Bend over.
grab.
We used to try to make it bend
take
over,
keys.
and it wouldn't.
I'm sure it wouldn't. But it was like, those were that was it. And now we've got 10 times that kind of firepower on a 7 nanometer chip. It's
Right.
just insane.
Crazy, right?
Just insane.
I know.
Yeah.
We were talking about that this morning. There's the computer that helped us land our guys on the moon
Oh, yeah.
was no powerful than today a small basic calculator.
Yep. Yep. That's all it is.
I could've-
$100 scientific calculator.
I could have landed 100 of them with this.
Oh, yeah, because this has the scientific calculator built in. You could not only land them.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, you found a VAX 11780?
Wow.
There we go. Yep, the refrigerators.
My.
That's what they look
And
like.
they had to be a floating floor.
And you
and air
had
conditioner
wicked
coming
air
up
conditioning, like
and
68 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah, it had to stay 100% climate controlled.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just insane, and we
Crazy.
were so happy to have those. We had a whole bank of them at the university system because all the other universities, like Keene State College and all the other branches, they all plugged into that one system. at UNH in Durham. So if you were in Keene, you were connected via modem to the UNH system.
Remember your noise.
Yep.
That was the noise.
Putting the phone in the cradle.
Oh, God.
God, yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Meanwhile,
Hey, are
let's
you
talk
klutz?
about something new.
Are you a klutz?
Am I a klutz? I am. I have the lifetime guarantee on my glass cover, and thank goodness, because I think I'm on my 5th one in 2 years.
So, yeah, Corning's
And I need another one right now.
Corning's new... you need
I've already cracked it again in 3
Corning's
weeks.
got a new Gorilla Glass, Victus.
Yep.
Could let your phone survive a 6-foot drop plus scratch resistance. Now, to me, because I am a freaking klutz, it's horrible how bad I am to my stinking phone.
Oh.
I have gone, since I've bought it, I probably have gone through 4 glass covers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
This is my third one on this phone that I bought 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
So I'm kind of looking forward
And it's
to
broken.
this coming.
I'm ready for another one.
That's so
Yep.
bad.
Yep. 2 weeks after I broke the other one, it was ready to go. And
Yeah.
it's just like, no, because they often end up in, my waistcoat pocket. And then I'll bend over and everything in my
it'll
house is
flop
tile.
over.
And I've got the big cover on it. I've got the whole thing laid out, but it doesn't matter. It seems like if it hits it just right, bam, it's done. And I keep going through the glass plate on top.
Oh,
now,
that's what mine looks like right there most of the time.
Yeah, but this is not actually a cover.
No.
They want to replace the glass itself.
Right.
Okay, that the Gorilla Glass that Apple uses and so on, which is now made in China. But Corning has now come up with something even stronger, apparently.
Yep.
That will withstand. Wow.
God, I'd hope so.
Yep.
Because I'm tired of
I am
replacing covers.
I got to tell you, I'm really tickled with how waterproof these are now.
Yeah.
Literally
water resistant.
Yeah, wink,
They're
wink,
not,
nod.
They're not proof.
I mean, I went to plug mine in, and I got a message that popped up and said, "Hey, there's water inside your charge port.
Yep.
Don't plug this in yet." I'm like, "Well, that's cool." But then I also went on, and I'm going to talk about a little technology that I got. You notice?
Oh, you got one of those.
I got a ton of those.
How did you like that?
Okay, I love them.
Okay,
There is.
So this is. We don't have the upper camera down, but that right there.
Yep.
So it just pops right on there, right?
It's just a little plug that pops into the charge port, okay? And you pop it in, and it lays flat. It fit around inside the phone case without any trouble. And I got them on eBay for like $6 a piece, okay? Instead of the Facebook ad at 16, yeah. But they are super awesome because the user note, you have to put them in right side up. Upside down, they won't charge. Okay, so you have to put them in right side up. They only have the charge ports on one side.
I know you
but
don't.
The
I
reason,
know you do not like.
I know. The reason these are so cool is because
show that, Rob.
when you are pushing your charge cord in and out constantly,
Yes.
you are weakening the connections and causing arcing, which can damage your battery over time.
Oh, really?
This one sticks in, stays in, and then becomes just a magnet. Pop! That just goes on.
is
And there's power to it because you got a nice big blue light running on it. So you've got power running. And I love the damn things because get in the car, just pop it to it. I have one on my desk, and it's nice because the end of the charge cord, I'm always losing them. Well, I have a metal frame on my desk. So it's just like pop, and I just stick it to the metal frame.
And it doesn't arc or anything like that? 'Cause it's
No,
got
no, no,
power
no.
going to it.
Yeah, but it's too weak, and you're not going to hit the exact connections because there's a dimple that sticks up out of this thing. Okay, much
Yeah,
like the
I'm
top
seeing that.
of a AA battery, and if you aren't hitting that dimple inside the female part, okay, that is the magnetic with the glow light on it, okay, the electricity doesn't flow. So you can put it against anything flat, and it won't discharge.
That is cool.
It has one major drawback, and that is that really cool light that lets you know there's power running and everything's great.
Yeah.
Is a little tough on your nightstand
Oh,
because it is not a little light. It freaking lights up the whole damn room.
Really?
Yes, it is super bright. So that's like the only drawback is I actually have to cover the switch cover, the LED on that one on my nightstand because it's just too much light at night.
Got it.
But aside from that, I freaking love them.
wonder
They
if
charge
anybody got 'em.
super fast.
Do they?
If you've got a 2.1, volt,
Right.
Holy crap! I mean, I'll just watch the freaking battery thing just move.
Again,
and then,
how good is that for your battery?
And then it's all automated, but it moderates it. Okay, so it slows down. It does exactly what you need. It'll start off fast to give you a quick jolt, and then pull back. And then as soon as it hits 100, it basically turns off, and it senses when it needs to come back. It's pretty damn smart. And when you couple that with the new intelligent charging inside the iPhone 11, I really have zero concern about it. I mean, obviously, I don't plug it in as much as I used to anymore because the phone actually stays charged for long periods of time. But, well, I just wanted to bring that. That was completely out of the blue. I totally forgot about it, and I love the darn things. Yeah, and I mean, they're like $6-7 on eBay.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It says, oh, we'll take 7 to 10 days. I'm getting mine in 3 days. I tried one, loved it, bought 3 more. I got those in 2 days.
Amazing.
Yeah, and you get a 1 meter or 2 meter cable lengths.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so they're like either $6 or $8.
All right, so now
go ahead.
Now we're talking stuff cool. We're gonna go jump.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you play Minecraft?
What is Minecraft?
I know. My sons used to play this game all the time, and they would go in this world and build all this stuff. But you can boot a Windows 95 PC inside Minecraft and play Doom on it, and actually play the game, which to me is absolutely the coolest thing ever. Look right there, boom.
Okay, so you can go inside one world
And
play the game.
the original-
It's like a dream within a dream.
Yes.
It's a game within a game.
Yep.
Wow. And that.
Yep.
The name of that movie always is Endurance Insurrection. What is the name of that stupid movie about the dream within a dream?
Oh, Insurrection?
No. That's just it. I keep thinking Insurrection, and that's not it.
It'll hit me. Rob will tell me in a second.
Rob, it's time for Rob to fill in that blank.
I just think that's cool as hell. That you could go in there.
That is so neat.
That you could play inside. So now I'm actually going, you know what? I never was a Minecraft guy, but maybe I will now.
That's cool. Yeah. I love Easter eggs like that. My son and I used to play video games, but he would run the controller, and I'd sit back. Inception. See? There you go.
So you gotta have a Rob.
Everybody
needs a Rob.
Everybody needs a Rob.
Everybody needs a Rob.
I
hey
would
girls,
sit back
you need a
behind him and
Rob.
watch,
I got a Rob.
Yep.
He's single.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Get your own Rob.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, you know what? We're back to that dating service. Rob, I'm going to build a questionnaire, and you're the answer to all of them.
That is awesome.
All right.
Yeah, we need a roll of third for Rob. Okay, so I'm going to jump on this real quick. Now, remember last week when we found out that your slowest Wi-Fi piece, computer will slow down everybody's Wi-Fi?
Yep.
Mesh routers versus Wi-Fi range extenders. So which is the best for your homework? To me, I figured a Wi-Fi range extender could be because that way you
tried that.
Did it work?
No.
So you
it was really sketchy. No, I haven't switched out yet. I got a whole new router that punches a little bit stronger, but my 5G down at one end of the house is still a little weak.
Just run a cable.
You make it sound so easy.
It is easy. I know how far it is from your house. It's 200 something feet, right?
No, I already got that. Okay, I got a cable running down there.
Oh, okay.
No, that one has a cable. I'm just talking from one end of the house to the other.
Oh, well, yeah.
And so, yeah. So, what is mesh? How does mesh work? What's the difference?
So mesh is a handful of recommendations, include echoes, and so you get like the Orbeez or the Echoes or the Zen-Fis, and you put them all over the place.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you've taken one wireless router, it's feeding multiple wireless routers, or the little connect hotspots, and then you turn it into it's a mesh network.
Okay. And so no matter where you are, you're kind of crisscrossing somewhere. So it's basically running a bunch of extenders that
I would think you want to get them
actually
all the same
punch it
thing.
up. Oh yeah.
Like Apple,
they'd have to be to create a real mesh.
Remember Apple used to have an extender. We had them in our studio in Tarpon Springs where back then this one because we were all Mac.
Right.
And we got their router.
Right.
And then we got their little minis and put them everywhere.
No, I hadn't seen those.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
May look into seeing if we can get more of those because
It may
I
be
really
just
do.
a way-
I really do need to
See, like,
beef up
there's a
the
mesh
other
right
end of
there
the house.
layout. That's the mesh layout.
I really do need to beef up the other end of the house because I'm moving an office in there.
Are you really?
Yeah, and so I want to have the same 200 megabits I got in the dining room
Right.
over in the office.
So here's the thing that Rob sent me earlier today is like Qualcomm's Quick Charge 5 can get a phone to 50% in 5 minutes, 100% in 15 minutes.
That is insane.
Well, my question is what's it doing to the battery?
And my answer was, you only get to charge your battery twice.
Yeah.
And then it's done. Get a new phone.
Get a new battery. Well, no, get a new battery.
Well,
unless
whatever.
unless it explodes. I don't get. I remember when the iPhone started saying, "Oh yeah, you can put on the little puck and it can it'll wirelessly charge it," and then they said, "Stop that."
Yep. Well, in this case, they're saying only certain phones will be able to use it. Okay.
Only
it has
Androids.
to have.
Right.
What's that?
Only Androids.
Only Androids, but they have to have a certain processor in them, okay, that is absolutely made to handle this. And it's something 365. What was it?
Let me find it.
It's in there. Well, whatever it is, whatever
right
it
there.
is, okay.
Snapdragon.
Yes, the Snapdragon 865, okay. And if your phone has that, then this is compatible, this charging technology. Apparently, Snapdragon will funnel the energy and protect your battery while it's juicing it up super fast. And I think that is a heck of a sales pitch, to go there, because the other alternative is to get a simple battery backup that you... I've got a small flat one that I keep in my pocket, and you've got one in the back of your case. I used to have that too. But I have a small one that I just keep in my pocket, and I can just plug it over, and I'm done.
Holy cow. Look, we only got 56 seconds left. We need to get to... I guess there's going to be no Black Fridays, by the way.
Nope, no more Black Fridays, and that's probably good news, because trampling people is pretty much insane.
I just think it's funny.
And so they're going to start... Target is now joined in the No Thanksgiving sale, and they're going to start their sales in October.
But the only reason they did it, and we all know why they didn't do it.
Because Walmart did it.
Because you can't call it Black Friday.
I wasn't aware of that. But the...
it's racist.
Yeah, you can go ahead and tell me that all day long.
Well, that's where they make a ton of money.
Well, of course. I mean, that's why it's called Black
money.
Friday.
Yeah.
It's because when retailers go into the black for the first time in the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, they called it Black Friday because that's what it was.
Right.
But in this case, they're saying, okay, we don't want the crowds.
Hey,
and so they're starting their sales in October.
If you got something you want us to talk about, text Shamans at WeBeamTV.com. We'll see you guys next week with more great stuff. Have a good week.
Ciao, everybody.
Shamans, we understand, cause we protect shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.